Alright, match is underway right now. We have Tinppa versus Dan. Vincent for... Yep. To see who wins this week's UPC singles tournament. Later today, there will be an NA PS4 tournament, a North American PS4 tournament. Maybe it'll get casted, maybe it won't. Probably depends. And so Dan V scores the first points, 14 points for Dan V on a post shot. I think Tinppa and Dan V know each other quite a bit, at least. Both play a lot, and both are very good. I would say I think Dan can definitely get a game off Tinppa, so I'm going to say 3-1 in favor of Tinppa. So Tinppa, there's 17-14 in favor of Tinppa as he gets points on that last rally. Both players on juice. Tinppa throws a quick curve, throws a short hop. Dan pops it up, contains his juice. Knuckleball from Tinppa. Dan catches it again. Skim filled from Dan, but skimmer from Tinppa gets points. 33-41, 33-14. Little quick curve down the line from Tinppa gets points. 41-14. Some nice little palindrome score there. Oh, Dan forced to slide on the knuckleball. Tinppa throws a nice fill, but Dan able to catch it. Still throwing blues. A white trail from Dan gets caught. Tinppa throws the wall ride. 57-14 as he takes set 1. Oh, little blue serve, fortunately for Dan. Both players building up their juices. Tinppa will have his juice next third. Dan will as well. Both players on juice. Dan throws the knuckleball, gets the points, 13-0. So last set we saw Dan get the first points, but then not able to score for the rest of the set. Looking here, there's a slide from him. He's forced to throw blue. Ooh, pops it up, but does not get the throw there. Dan seems to have having a little problem throwing perfects right now. Tinppa just staying on juice, taking advantage of it. 26-13. A big 16-point rally in favor of Tinppa there. Ooh, knuckleball shot from Dan. A post shot down the line from Tinppa. Both players on juice, but Dan forces Tinppa to slide, throws the wall ride, gets past Tinppa. 26-26. A nice rally for Dan V there to keep him tie the score up. Oh, throws a nice little skinny fill shot there. Both players on juice. We have a 15-point rally. Nice juice battle between McKenna and Stan, but Dan forced to slide and Tinppa throws a knuckleball. 45-26. Both players again building up juice. Oh, but Dan throws a blue. He's unable to keep his perfects going. Tinppa on juice. Throws a post shot there. One hopper. Dan catches it for perfect, but the one hopper gets past Dan. And it's now 1-0 in favor of Tinppa. As we go into game 2. So Dan seems to be playing well. He just seems to be occasionally having problems throwing perfects. But if he can just get the timing down there, he can easily take points off of Tinppa. Post shot from there, but Tinppa throws the wall ride. 14-0. He takes the first points in this set. Post shot from Tinppa just gets past Dan for a quick 6, 20-0. Tinppa is doing a good job forcing Dan to slide. And occasionally Dan might be sliding a little too much, but a lot of the time it is just Tinppa throwing good shots. Ooh, a little lag for me here. Tinppa does take the points. I believe that's... I'm not quite sure how many points that was because I had lagged there. But 38-0 in favor of Tinppa. If Tinppa scores here, he does win the set. And there is the jam. 50-0. Exact set point. Both players on juiced. Tinppa throws the knuckleball, and he gets 12 points, 12-0 to start set 2 of match 2. Short hop from Tinppa. Dan just misses it with his slide, 22-0. Both players now again building up their juices. Both players on juice. Dan forced to slide, throws the white trail knuckleball. He has to play some good defense here. He pops it up, able to throw perfect again, so he's on 1. But Tinppa with the short hop on juice gets points, 38-0. A nice rally for both players there. Dan playing good defense, able to pick up, able to get back to throwing perfects, but Tinppa just capitalizes on it after that. Wall ride from Tinppa, another jam. He gets the double jam in game 2. Goes up 2-0. Tinppa is on a match point here. Dan is still not out of it though. He's playing well. He's playing very well, just barely missing a couple points here and there. Even though the score shows otherwise, that I think that both players are playing rather well. Post shot from Dan caught by Tinppa. Tinppa's just so good at his positioning. Dan's doing very well, but Tinppa's just slightly able to force him to slide on shots like that knuckleball that gets past, 22-0. Okay. Dan's on juice. Tinppa back on juice, throwing a bunch of quick curves there, but throws the short hop, gets the points, 38-0. Both players again building up their juices. Tinppa with the knuckleball. Dan does catch it, throws a knuckleball back that's blue. Tinppa catches it, throws curve shot, 50-0. And there's a jam. Third jam in a row for Tinppa here. If he wins this set, he wins the tournament. This is do or die for Dan. I'm hoping very much that Dan is able to take the set and keep alive in this tournament. I'm getting a little bit of lag here. That's just because I'm NA. Insert joke about NA players here. Tinppa with the with the skim filth gets points, 26-0. Both players on juiced. Dan with the post shot forces Tinppa to slide. Tinppa throws the blue post shot. Dan throwing that same type of knuckleball shot over and over. There, mixes it up, goes to the post. Tinppa's playing great defense here, but Dan is still on juice. A rally win here, 21 points. Getting a help point rally should a big boost of confidence for Dan hopefully here. 26-21. But Tinppa gets this rally 37-21 on the filth shot. Short hop from Tinppa down the line from Dan, just gets past Tinppa, 37-30. Wall ride from Dan, wall ride from Tinppa, wall ride back from Dan. Wall ride again. We have a wall ride party, ladies and gentlemen. Another wall ride from Tinppa from a little right of mid court. 48-40 here. Any score for Tinppa will do it. Dan needs 10 points. Sorry, gonna have to step out for a second there. I have to mute my mic. Tinppa's up 32-17 in this set. Throws the wall right there. Post shot from Dan. Down the line, quick curve from Tinppa. There's a knuckleball shot. Just gets past Dan. 42-17. Any, well, 8 points needed for Tinppa. He's at advantage here. A score here from Tinppa does win the game and wins the tournament. GG's. And Tinppa wins this week's tournament. And he goes 3-0 over Dan Vincent, over Dan V.